Hi guys, welcome to my crafty corner. This is Diane. Today I'm going to show you how I made a set of Christmas cards for a local Starbucks. Their manager had contacted me in reference to putting together some thank you cards for their very generous tippers during the holiday season. So I put together a card, a set of cards. They were all identical, and today I'm going to show you the products that I used and how I put that card together. So here we go. To start off with, I wanted to make sure that I made it kind of in the same color scheme of Starbucks. So this crafty color and a green color, and so that's what I was looking for. For my designer paper, I used the Bokeh, I don't know how to say that word, that's why I'm showing you the paper, in the Snow collection. I've actually purchased this when it first came out. I purchased 3 or 4 packages, and there's only a few sheets left. I absolutely loved it during the holiday seasons. So that is the designer paper that I used. For my card base, I used the Nina. This is just the brand that you can get at Staples. It's not the, it's the inexpensive one. It's the Nina Metallics, and I did use the champagne color in there, and I also purchased 2 of these so I could have one extra, and that's what that looks like. It is, I'm not sure, it's not a very heavy cardstock, but it doesn't matter because I'm layering it up so much that it will be by the time I'm done. So it looks like it's 65 pounds. Okay, next for my stamping that I did on the inside of the card, I used, you'll be able to see it, but I used 2 different sentiments. One came from this Fisker's Latte Love, and I used the Your Kindness Warms My Heart, and then on the bottom of that I put a thank you. It looks like it might be one of the ones that Lawn Fawn sends you as a gift. I cannot find a missing stamp in any of my stamps, so I have no clue where that thank you came from. So if you guys recognize it when I stamp it, if you could please let me know where it came from, I would love that. So that's the stamp set that I used. I also used the scalloped layer from the W+9 Sunshine layer. I used the My Favorite Thing Coffee Die-Namics. I used the Lawn Fawn. This would be from the small set. I used the first one from the small set, and the next one in the small set. So if you have the small set, it's the 2 largest ones that I used for the outside of the card and then the inside of the card. And then for the oval piece that I used the large oval from the My Favorite Things oval stack. Alright, that got all that out of the way. Alright, so I've already cut the pieces, and I just wanted to show you guys what I did as far as the little banner that I'm going to use that kind of mimics the Starbucks banner. So see, it's got the ridges on the inside, mild ridges on the outside. Is made from craft paper. Again, this is the Nina craft paper, and I just took half of a sheet and I scored it on every line on the Martha Stewart scoreboard, and then I just cut it out to mimic this little cup. That's also one of the dies that came in the dies. So there's that. I use this one. I just wanted to try this one today because that set comes with the word coffee on there. So now let me show you how I put it together and how it looked when I was done. Let's get started, guys. All right, like I said, I've already cut out everything that I used to make this card, just to make this go by a little quicker, and we're just going to put it together. Okay, so I'm going to move my coffee out of the way because that would be disastrous. And the reason that I'm actually doing this on camera, because I've already made the card, is because I like to keep an extra one in my book, of the cards that I've made this year. I keep a book for every year that I've been crafting, and then I go through it, and I'm often surprised at how better I get with each year. as far as my crafting. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you, hold on, let me get my little cup lid on here. So it comes with a little lid. I like to put the cup together first. It comes with a little lid, but the other thing I wanted to tell you is when I cut out, if you look at all of these elements that we're going to be using, if you can see, I'm going to stand up. If you can see the stitching. When I do this, and especially if it's for a client, I always use a metal shim. And that's because you get the most, these cut out perfectly. You would never have to do that on your own. But just for an extra bam, and especially when you mail things, it gets a little compressed, I always use a metal shim. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. I want to also make sure I stay in focus today. All right. So for my original card, I used just like that. I just used it regular. But I wanted to show you what it would look like if you were to use it with the coffee spelled out of it. Super cute, right? But I'm going to do it the way that I did it for my card. And, all right, so we're going to go ahead and glue that down. For all of this, I used art glitter glue and my super duper big roll of 3M tape, you know, the big roll of dimensional tape, foam tape. We're going to put that on, and I'm leaving all of these flat because I'm going to be puffing the card up with that tape. With the same paper, the cardstock that I'm using here, this is just Recollections, and that's because as I was trying to match up this lawn fawn paper, this was the only color that I could find that was a really good match, so that's why I used that. I'm going to cut out, I did cut out, let me show you, just this little tiny, came from the dollar spot at Target, little tiny heart. I just keep a couple of the little ones sitting around. It makes it so easy when I just want to add something very sweet and small. And then I just put a green heart right in the middle of this coffee cup. Just like that. And then I put that cup inside of an oval so that it would showcase it. And that's where I use the tape at. So here's my mammoth roll of 3M Scotch tape. Love this. I get it from Amazon. I, however, did not get out my scissors, did I? I get it from Amazon just because it's a great price and because I use so much of it that it's better for me to get it in a big roll than to be going back and forth to Target or somewhere to buy it when I run out, which is what I was doing. And especially if you do shaker cards, which I've got a few that I've got to do coming up here pretty soon, so I'll be sharing that with you guys. So all I did was I just stuck some tape on the back, and then I cut a piece in half because I wanted to give that middle part, you know, make sure that it was supported as well. And I might even put a little piece right there. No, I'm not. I don't like the way it shows through, so we're not going to do that. All right, so then I'm going to take these off. And then I just kind of centered it towards the bottom, trying to make sure it was even with, and then the trick here is just not to set it down until it's exactly the way you want it, not to press it down until it's exactly the way you want it. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and work on the card. So what I've done is, the rest of it's super simple. So I've taken the piece of paper that I've cut out with my W+9 die. I put my art glitter glue all around it. And the reason that I kept these not so fat, not so thick, because normally I would like to puff this up a little bit, is because he was going to be mailing them to these clients, and I didn't want his postage to be any more than it had to be. So I was being considerate of him. All right. Like that. And then this. So, and then I also could have popped that piece up as well if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try to keep it exactly the way that I presented it to him, and he loved it. That's why I'm sharing it with you. And then this is going to go right smack in the middle. Just like that. And then on the inside of all of my cards, I always do some sort of a layering on the inside of the card. It just helps to finish the card. Yeah, it's an added expense to your cards, but you know, I like it. I like to do some finishing touches. I like to match the card color to the inside of the card, or the card design in some way. And because also this was Recollections paper, it was very inexpensive. That's why I love that art glitter glue, guys. Gives you just enough time to move it around. And then I actually use something. I just bought something that I'm going to be giving. I'm going to be doing a haul in about another week. I'm waiting for one more thing. I ordered some products for the new year, and I want to show you guys them. And I ordered something instead of using my Martha Stewart that I'll be using. Then I cut another piece of the shimmery paper that's going to go in the middle. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and stamp it. I'm going to be using the I wonder who makes this. I guess Tuscanito Encore. This is the gold one. I have the metallic gold, and I have the metallic silver as well. I love these for when I don't want to heat emboss. I just absolutely love them. So we're going to ink up this stamp that I already have on here. And I think because I'm not using my MISTI, I'll use my mouse pad. Just to make sure. I have the I have a stamping mat that I have as well, but we'll use the mouse pad. This is where it gets scary for me, because I am a horrible stamper. That's why I always use my MISTI. So I am going to give this a shot, see how it goes. We may have to stop the tape and redo it. Can you tell I'm nervous? And I put it up just a little higher so they could put just a little note on there. And I eyeball it. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Ta-da! Okay, it looked good. I'm going to stand up and make sure you guys can see that. So that's how it looks. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. Just the perfect little sentiment to go on the inside of the card. All right. Close this up before it becomes disastrous. And then I just place this on the inside of the card. And again, I just kind of center it. I always just eyeball it. I never measure it out. I just kind of put it where I want to put it. And I'm not worried if I have to move it, because the art glitter glue dries. You'll never see it was there. And on this one, I'm going to be careful because I don't want to touch that ink. But just to make sure. And that's how I did it, guys, just like that. And then the only other thing I did, which I recommend to everyone, I don't have one handy, is on the back of the cards that I sell, that I send out. I don't have the matching little piece of paper to go with it, but I make a little scallop piece of paper. I didn't make one today for this. And then I have this little card that I add on, and I put a little heart up here. And I put this on the back of the card. Of course, I wouldn't put this one on here because one, it's for me, and two, that's the way it would look. It would be in green. It would match the card. And all it says is, this card will not be perfect because it's made by only me. I use my loving fingers, not a silly cold machine. And it gives my name and my company name. And that's exactly how the card was. Now, even though we started off with a piece of cardstock that was very flimsy, this card is hardcore. It's super durable. And that's how it looks. So I'll give you a close-up. And there's the inside. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm actually going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit, or I'm going to try to. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's more to come this year. I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you really soon. Bye, guys.